Alright, live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to Weird Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU, welcome to the show. This, of course, being a dive in the odd, obscure, bizarre, in other words, for a strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, aka news. You know, here's our thumbnail today, our title, as we worked on together, oil, chocolate, panhandlers, and more. You know, so, what do we have in store for today? It being Saturday, June 20th, 2026. Award-winning fried chicken restaurant hasn't replaced its cooking oil in 66 years. Oh, that sounds disgusting.
Wow.
After winning a gold medal at the Japan Fried Chicken Grand Prix, because apparently that exists, the owner of Katori gave an interview in which he revealed that the secret to the restaurant's success was a secret ingredient that had been reused since the eatery opened 66 years ago. Apparently, since the shop's founding in 1960, the frying oil has never been completely discarded. That is disgusting.
Wow, they just keep adding to it.
That is disgusting. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a health code violation for good reason. Yoshihiro Tsuchiya, the third-generation owner of Wakitori, openly admitted that the oil reused for decades is the key to his family's delicious fried chicken. The aged oil allegedly gives the Wakitori fried chicken a complex aroma and unique flavor that cannot be replicated with new oil, giving the eatery a leg up over the competition. No, that's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. Because, like, you know, then you have remnants of chicken from 66 years ago floating around in that shit, and you're feeding that to people? What the hell? No, that's gross. Like, I hope they're forced to change their oil or something, because that's just disgusting. What else we got here? Robot beggars in China's streets suggest no one is safe. I think they're supposed to say safe.
Safe, yeah.
Yeah. From the AI revolution. So now, I mean, I never even conceived of the homeless losing their homeless status from AI. What the fuck? People have been talking about AI agents and AI-powered robots coming for our jobs. They took our jobs for a while now. But who would have thought that not even street beggars would be spared? According to multiple news reports, humanoid robots have taken up begging as of late, encroaching on the turf of human beggars. Hong Kong-based news website HK01 recently reported that multiple humanoid robot beggars have been spotted on the streets of Chinese cities like Beijing, Chengdu, and Fuzhou, suggesting that this is not an isolated thing, but rather an early trend. So I wonder, like, if people buy these robots
and then go have them beg, and then they keep the money.
Wow.
Because the robots don't need it.
Wow. Because like, how else are they going to get there?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, absolutely. So people are sending them out to beg.
This is just disgusting. Just when I thought China couldn't stoop any lower, then they do this shit. What the wow. Oh, what else do we got here? Indian ascetic monk hasn't sat down in 5 years, has the swollen legs to prove it. Yeah, like, I've seen this making the rounds in a lot of videos and, you know, people I watch. This guy, and I don't want to show it, you know, like, you can't really see it right here.
Yeah, I can see one leg's bigger than the other.
Well, no, they're both kind of elephant-y, so.
One still looks bigger than the other, but it could be the angle.
It's the angle. No, but they're both, because, like, you know, anyway.
So he doesn't lay down to sleep either?
No, he's been standing like this. And the pictures, not pictures, but the videos and stuff I've seen, he has this little desk platform thing or whatever that he leans on and all that stuff. That's probably something else he leans on, although I'm not sure how he moves. He's not walking, but he's been essentially standing in place for, like, you know, 5 years, as the title here says. Dalit Giri Ji Maharal is an ascetic monk who has been standing continuously for 5 years after vowing not to sit or lie down for 12 years. Maharaj belongs to a sect known as Karashonari, or Standing Babas, whose members take vows to remain standing as a sort of penance meant to clean their souls and bring them closer to the goddess Shiva. To complete their vows, the ascetic monks rely on ropes, swings, and especially designed harnesses that keep them from standing even when their legs give in. So, right there, you know, I'm just showing that. Look, like, that's... He's never going to be able to walk again. You know, like, I'm all for devotion and belief, but when you're, like, physically destroying yourself like this, I don't know, man. Like, what God wants you to do that? Then again, like, if my knowledge is correct, Shiva is a god of destruction, so she probably would be approving of somebody destroying their body. But this is just terrible.
Yeah, I don't go for that at all.
Yeah. The Pyramid of Kunshan, a unique pyramid-shaped apartment building, Okay. China is home to all sorts of quirky apartment buildings,
Oh.
from giant hive-like structures capable of housing around 20,000 people to buildings that trains pass straight through, or buildings located in the middle of busy overpasses. But did you know that it's also home to a pyramid-shaped apartment building? You know, right here.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty cool.
located in Kunshan's trendy Huakuayo district, the commonly known Pyramid of Kunshan is one of the most famous apartment buildings in China. It was completed in 2013 and has since become one of China's city's most popular tourist attractions. I just wonder how long before it starts collapsing, you know, with all of that.
Well, it's lasted, 13 years.
Yeah. So, unlike true pyramids, the 18-story pyramid of Kunshan has 2 vertical exterior walls, but the other 2 are slanted. Okay, so it's only a half pyramid.
Okay.
Because you can see right here. So this isn't an actual pyramid. So they're lying. Like it's like an inverse pyramid, or something. It kind of looks like the inside of a geode a little bit, you know. So, what else do we got here? 12-year-old girl fakes her own kidnapping to extort money from her parents.
Oh, geez.
Wow, I hope she's in.
12?
You know, people are just scummy, dude. I keep telling you. A fake kidnapping was reported around 1 a.m. when the 12-year-old girl disappeared from her home in Itiapolis, in the north of Santa Catarina in Brazil, and began sending texts to her parents, telling them that she had been kidnapped. In her text, the girl claimed she had received death threats and had been brutalized by the kidnappers. Terrified that their daughter might never lose her life. That's written weird. What?
Yeah.
The parents contacted the police, and the Criminal Investigation Division, DIC, of Mafra, a neighboring city, began an investigation to locate the victim and her kidnappers. Around 11 a.m., the missing minor started sending her parents messages again, this time asking for a sum of money as ransom to prevent the kidnappers from killing her. But only a few hours later, before the family could arrange the details of the ransom, police located the girl in a house on the rural outskirts of Etiolapolis. To the surprise of the special forces ready to confront the girl's kidnappers and rescue her from their clutches, there was no one to confront. The 12-year-old victim was in no apparent danger, and during questioning, she admitted that she had made up the kidnapping story just to extort money out of her poor parents.
Jeez.
Wow. Like, I don't support beating children, but in cases like this, you know, a timeout is not sufficient.
No.
You know? Like,
no, it's not.
Now, I'm not, like, I don't want to, like, you know, like, freaking knock her teeth in or anything, but, you know, something needs to happen, you know?
Well, she needs to be prosecuted, that's for sure.
You know?
There's all kinds, and I don't know the laws there, but in this country, you've just broken all kinds of laws.
Well, in this country, they'd probably just get a slap on the wrist, and I don't know. Most likely case scenario, the best case scenario, you know, probably would be to take her away from their parents, because clearly they're failing. You know, she's terrible because of some reason. It's not, you know, it's what she's learned. So, moving on up, mold-aged tuna, a furry Japanese delicacy. Gross.
Oh god.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's a slab of tuna right there. You can see it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it sometimes with you know, some cultures, but like, above all else, I don't know why, it just, like, Asian cultures, especially, you know, some things out of Japan, is just so over the top with, like, you know, like, who wants to eat, actually, I think this is a Korean delicacy, but, like, I remember seeing an episode of Million Ways to Die, and one of the ways was, like, this white guy, you know, he had a Korean girlfriend, and her father challenged him to, like, a Korean delicacy eat-off or whatever, and he ended up getting suffocated because he was trying to eat an alive octopus whole, and the tentacles and everything, you know, asphyxiated him and all that stuff. But why? Like, you know, like, I don't hear of stuff like this, like, you know, coming out of, well, then again, cheese is mold, and that's out of Europe and everything. I don't know. This is just wild. Looking at a 4-week piece of mold-aged tuna, you would swear it was some kind of furry animal. That's how thick and fluffy the layer of koji mold or Asparagus oryzae can get. But while mold will put a lot of people off, in this case it is an essential ingredient that makes bluefin tuna more palatable. I don't know, dude. I don't want to eat moldy things. I mean,
no, I don't want to eat that.
I mean, look at that. It looks like,
Yeah.
it almost looks like, you know, you're dissecting a carpet. Like, that is just disgusting. That looks like, you know, there's a cat. It almost looks like a cat. Ugh. Woman allegedly develops pancreatitis by starving herself for 6 days and then binge eating on the 7th. This doesn't sound intelligent there. Studies have shown that fasting and calorie restriction in general can have positive effects on health, but there are extreme cases where they can make things a lot worse. For example, a young woman from Hangzhou, China's Zhejiang province, allegedly developed acute pancreatitis by severely restricting calorie intake for 6 days a week and feasting only on fatty foods and sweets on the 7th. A few months ago, Queen Ping, a pseudonym, who weighed 55 kilograms or 121 pounds at a height of 1.55 meters or 5 feet 1 inch, decided that she needs to lose weight and come up with an extreme diet to achieve her goal. Vanity always just leads down to self-destruction. It involved eating very little for 6 days a week and then binging on whatever she liked on her one cheat day. So basically, she did this after she started vomiting and her discomfort worsened. Queen was rushed to the first affiliated hospital of Zhejiang University School of Medicine, where she was diagnosed with acute pancreatitis. Quote, in an attempt to slim down, many people eat only one meal a day, believing they could become thinner. However, this method would easily drive the pancreas to the brink of collapse, end quote. A doctor at the hospital said, adding that this extreme form of dieting can cause a host of other health problems. Yes, because it also, see, what you're supposed to do, humans biologically, we are grazers. Before the invention of agriculture, we used to just roam around and, eat a berry, grab a freaking beetle, whatever. We grazed and everything. The whole thing about meals and all that's all, from the work-centric part of our society that has somehow dominated our entire world. But to not eat and everything, and I learned this from Metalocalypse of all places, by limiting what you eat and all that stuff, and really being on a type of thing, you're only training your digestion and your metabolism to go slow as hell. And then if you actually eat something of substance, if you go and have dinner, with family or something, you're actively harming by overloading your system. Just eat when you're hungry. Don't wait till 12. If you're hungry at 10:30, go eat. That's what you're supposed to do, because otherwise you're actively training your body to do something that you don't want it ultimately to do. So anyway, what else do we got here? The world's thinnest chocolate is just 0.03 millimeters thick, and it's so small. This looks like it's a photo of under a microscope. I mean, you can kind of see, chocolate doesn't look like that. So
that is true.
Launched in February 2024 at Azabadili Hills Garden Plaza in Tokyo, Japan, Mate Bottega del Cioccolato quickly made a name for itself by producing the world's thinnest chocolate, aptly named Coracchia, or tree bark in Italian. Mate's most famous dessert has been described as a wonder of engineering, as producing chocolate that is just 0.03 millimeters thick is no small feat. Inspired by Italy's classic layered chocolates, Cortacea consists of a single ultra-thin layer of chocolate pressed and rolled using a unique custom machine developed over 1.5 years in collaboration with a local machinery specialist. Although you can probably find similar machines around the world, none of them can produce a layer of chocolate as thin as Cortacea. So, and this is just showing different types of chocolate. It looks like white chocolate. Looks like they have different flavors. That over here on the left looks green. I've never seen green chocolate.
Back in the far one in the back looks more like a sausage of some sort.
Oh no, yeah, it's a little blurry, yeah. What else do we got here? And by the way, if anybody wants to read these articles, I'm stupid. I forgot to do it with Rumble, but on YouTube, all these links are already down in the Unifying section and everything. But I will be adding the ones to Rumble here after the live stream. $13,000 autonomous robot toilet comes to the side of your bed.
Jeez.
For decades, maybe centuries, the phrase "going to the toilet" has been a part of our everyday lingo, regardless of our language or culture. But like many other things, AI might just make it obsolete, because with the help of advanced technology, the toilet can now come to you wherever you are. We're heading towards Wally World. And not the one from, the Griswold. So I'm talking about, from Wall-E, the animated robot thing. We're not even getting the exercise to go and sit on the toilet now. They want us all to die, don't they? At this year's Shanghai International Aged Care Assistive Devices and Rehabilitation Medical Expo, especially the elderly, they need the exercise. You know? They're not even walking to the toilet, they're going to die. This is terrible. Chinese accessibility technology brand Uband unveiled its revolutionary Xiaoband smart toilet, which can essentially be described as an AI-powered autonomous robot toilet designed primarily for individuals with disabilities, semi-disabilities, or mobility impairments. Well, here's the thing, okay? If they're disabled and they can't even make it to the toilets, what makes you think that they're going to be able, because that thing's not hooked up to plumbing.
Right.
You have to empty that out. You got to put it in fresh water. They're not going to be able to do it. Oh well, their aides are going to. Why can't their aides help them take them to the toilets? You know, if they have aides to do that, they can help them. You know, under their own power, you'll stand up, get some muscles working, rather than this. This is going to be a death sentence for millions of old people, just completely taking away all reason for them to do anything in life. Just lay there until they die. This is disgusting. What else do we got here? Komesusuya, Japan's eye-catching white yolk eggs. Ugh. This almost looks like,
That sounds terrible.
this looks like a
White yolk.
I mean, that's it right there. That's
Yeah,
like
I
a
know.
white yolk egg omelet.
Yeah.
But to me, it looks like, a baby just vomited. Like, it looks like baby vomit.
I'm trying to see where the yolk is. You think that's an omelet?
That is an omelet.
Okay, so there's
Or
no
something.
yolk.
No. The yolk is white.
I understand that, but I want to be able to see the yolk, but I can't. And if it's an omelet, it's been all broken up.
Yeah, usually omelets are yellow because
Yes,
the yolk is
yes,
yellow. When you
yes.
mix it in, well, you still
I want to
mix
see a white yolk.
a yellow.
No,
Oh.
I want to see a white yolk.
Oh, okay. Well, right here, there's
White
a.
egg yolks, a Japanese secret hidden in the shell. In Japan, there's a unique kind of egg that feels like something out of a fantasy.
Yeah.
One where the yolk is a soft, milky white instead of the usual golden orange we all know. But there's no.
So I'm gonna stop that right
Weird,
there. Yeah.
Okay, I got to see it. Good.
Yeah. The Taikushi Poultry Farm in Hokkaido, Japan, is famous for producing a brand of poultry eggs with white or very pale yellow yolks, used for traditional dishes like tamago, kaki gohan, tamo yagaraki, or white omeris. To achieve this color, the farm puts its chickens on a special diet rich in rice and other foods that contain very few carotenoids. Well, I wonder if the chickens are getting all the nourishment they need, or if this is, and this is Asia. They don't give as much of a shit about animals as Western countries,
Well-
so they might be mistreating their chickens, malnourishing them for this desired effect. So
I'm hoping I don't get you canceled, but now we have a yellow yolk, white yolk. Now we need a brown and black yolks. Then we're covered humanity. It's
well,
only fair.
I mean, like. I see where you're going. I don't know how to respond. Like,
Like, just move on.
Michigan plumbers find ring dropped in the toilet a decade earlier. That's awesome. Plumbers attending an emergency call in Michigan opened up a pipe and found an engagement ring that had been dropped in the toilet 10 years earlier. Was it dropped or was it put there? Greg Johnson, owner of Titan Plumbing in Howell, said he and his team were attending to a situation in a sewer line at a shopping plaza in Heartland when they spotted a shiny object inside the pipe. So pretty much, the general manager of Titan Plumbing was able to get the ring back to Orem, the owner and all that stuff. So pretty
Remember when
self-explanatory.
someone found a class ring and it was really
Oh
old,
yeah.
in the sand or something. Found the owner.
Yeah, he was one of the treasure guys
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
metal detector. Aussie Town Crier's 122.4 decibel yell earns Guinness World Record. Well, let's just watch this.
Microphone! Sports car! Can I please have a shave? Can I have some?
Okay, well, we get it. He's the loudest town crier. So Joseph McGrail bade up, aka Lord Joseph, the official town crier for Canberra and Queen Bay, told Guinness World Record his pipes have not always been so potent. He was appointed the town crier in 2017 and started participating in ancient and honorable Guild of Australian Town Criers competitions in 2022. They have a competition for that? For screaming? What is this, Skyrim? Testing out your Thune?
So all I can say is he's got a big mouth.
Big lungs. So, TSA warns World Cup travelers ranch dressing belongs in checked bags.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah. So.
It's so popular.
Yeah. Like, yeah, people. So like we have like tweets here, like right here. If you're visiting for a very large sporting event and you happen to discover ranch while you're here, please pack it in your checked bag on the way home. Thank you.
Please do not. It should say.
No, please pack it in your checked bag.
Oh.
They don't want you to carry it on because it's a liquid.
Oh yeah, I thought they didn't want you to take it at all. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I read that earlier. Ranch dressing belongs in checked bags.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because they don't want to deal with all those carry-ons, you know? And it's liquid. So, another tweet here. Okay, please avoid chugging your ranch outside security. The airlines will check it for you. So apparently people are drinking ranch dressing.
They love it.
Like,
they're here for the what do you call it?
yeah,
Games?
FIFA or something. Or is that somewhere else?
Soccer games.
Yeah, that's FIFA. Or FIFA is one of them, I think.
Yeah.
Days since the last airport ranch incident, 0. The TSA is just they're having a situation. Yeah, so your carry-on wasn't actually made for, checks notes, 4 bottles of ranch and a taster. And a taser. A taser.
Taser. Oh,
Like,
jeez.
okay, well now things are getting... Why are they bringing weapons with them? That's wild. What else do we got here? World's largest and smallest penny farthings unveiled in London. What the hell is a penny farthing? Isn't that the name of the cycle? Right? A penny farthing?
Farthing was a denomination of money, I think.
Says here, an Australian man teamed up with cyclists in Britain to break the Guinness World Records for the largest and smallest penny farthings.
Well, you must be right. The bikes.
Dan Bowell brought his creations to the June 13th City of London nocturne cycling event, where Neil Lofton, head of the Penny Farthing Club, took the 9-foot 3-inch bicycle dubbed Big Bertha for a 330-foot ride. Lofton, who had to wear stilts just to reach the pedals, successfully completed the ride, making him the new co-holder of the title for the world's largest rideable penny farthing, along with Bolwell. And then he earned his second Guinness World Record for the day when Woodward's siblings Flo 7 and Finn 6 each took a ride on a penny farthing measuring just 2 feet tall. The tiny bike, dubbed Little B, earned the record for the world's smallest rideable penny farthing. So apparently that's the name of that type of a bicycle, a penny farthing. And you can see, like, you know, because right here is where
the pedals are.
Well, yeah, the center is the pedals. You can see his stilts.
Yeah.
So,
just barely, can't you? Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What else have we got here? Beavers solve flooding problem in London Underground Station. A London Underground station once plagued by constant flooding is now staying dry thanks to some recent arrivals in the neighborhood. Beavers. The Greenford subway station and surrounding streets in the Ealing borough of London used to experience regular flooding during rainstorms, to the point where officials had considered creating an artificial reservoir to alleviate the situation. Those plans were cancelled, with local conservationists suggested they instead reintroduce beavers, which went extinct in Britain about 400 years ago due to overhunting. The Elig Beaver Project moved a family of 5 wild beavers into the 24-acre area known as Paradise Fields in 2023. The animals have since transformed the area into a natural wetland, and the Greenfield station ceased flooding as a result.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. And this isn't the first time, and probably not the last time either, that beavers... Because I remember a story a while ago, I don't remember, some European nation for years, and literally spending at least $1 million, maybe 10 or whatever, but they're wanting to dam this river or something, and like, you know, like as bureaucracy goes, everything is taking its time, and over the course of like a couple weeks or months, a couple beavers came over, built a dam, and got it done. Like, you know, and they're not doing it for the government; they just get it done. You know, and it's just like, okay, cool, problem solved. Boston bars say Scottish soccer fans are drinking them dry. Well, they're Scottish. What do you expect? Sam Adams' Boston Taproom said the influx of Scottish fans in town to attend the FIFA World Cup games caused it to sell 4 times as much Samuel Adams Boston Lager from Thursday to Sunday as the bar would normally on a 4-day weekend. Wow, so they're really drinking them dry. That's awesome. Oh, and it is FIFA, at least the one that these guys are at.
Yeah.
So, the taproom ended up running out of Boston Lager, leading the company to schedule an emergency delivery on Saturday morning. So, Well, keep it up, guys.
Yeah.
You know? What else we got here? The world's oldest living land animal extends record to 194 years. That's old. The record-keeping organization said Jonathan, a Seychelles giant tortoise living on the island of St. Helena, was a full-grown adult of at least 50 years when he arrived at St. Helena from the Seychelles in 1882. His birth year is estimated to be 1832 at the latest, but researchers believe he might be even older. Now, Jonathan has now been named a Guinness World Records icon by the record-keeping organization. GWR icons are, quote, a select group of record holders whose achievements have transcended their field and inspired people across the globe, end quote, officials wrote. So other record holders to be named GWR icons this year include Nigerian Hilda Baki, who set the record for longest cooking marathon at 93 hours and 11 minutes. Wow. Nepalese British climber Hari Buddha Magar, MBE, the first double above knee amputee to climb the 7 summits. Wow.
Whoa.
John Cena, who holds the most WWE championship titles at 17. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Japanese Major League Baseball player Sohei Otani, who logged the first 50-50 session. What does that mean? Season? 50-50 season. Baseball player.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what does that mean, 50-50 season?
I don't know.
Christina Koch, who completed the longest spaceflight by a woman at 328 days, 13 hours, 58 minutes, and 12 seconds. Well, if she was the one who was like stuck up there because of Brandon and because remember when we had those 2 astronauts who were stuck on the ISS for a while?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's an official record, but we can't. I wouldn't put her in a GWR icon because that was unintentional. But then again, she did keep her head.
Are you sure? Is that
I'm
the
not
one?
sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, 328 days, that's almost an entire year.
Yeah.
So, and K-pop stars Blackpink, who are the most streamed female group on Spotify with 16,941,431,115 streams. I don't know, man. Like, people are a little too into anime and K-pop and all that stuff for my liking. Like, too much infatuation. Like, people get way too engrossed in that stuff. Weeaboos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Anyway, what else do we got here? San Diego Zoo fills bear habitat with man-made snow. I'm just going to play this, for a little bit. So, that's pretty cool. So that way they can play in the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, like you and I, we had a whole conversation about zoos and SeaWorld and all that stuff
Yeah.
The other day, and we both agreed that, that should all be put to a stop. But at the very least, I mean, look at them. They're having fun.
Yeah.
Although it looks like that one's mounting the other. I'm not entirely sure. But moving on up. Lottery players' forgetfulness leads to $1.05 million jackpot. Huh. If only we could be so lucky. We're forgetful,
Well, we could be that forgetful.
Yes. Yeah, but if only we could be so lucky.
Yeah.
A Michigan man who forgot to give a store clerk his usual instructions ended up winning $1,005,000 jackpot thanks to his accidental omission. The 68-year-old Oakland County man told Michigan lottery officials he regularly plays fast cash games, but he usually gives store clerks specific instructions. When he buys fast cash tickets, he hands the cashier money and tells them to give them any of the fast cash games, but lately he's been saying any except the Detroit Lions game because he hasn't been having any luck with it. Eventually he forgot to add the last part, and he got the Detroit Lions game, and it sounds like that's the one he won with.
Must be, yeah, that's the point.
All right. Yeah, rush for the Detroit Lions. There it is, right there in the picture. We also have loose emu's origins, a mystery in New Jersey. So authorities in New Jersey are trying to identify the owner of an emu that has been on the loose in the northern part of the state for several days. The Haddockumping Animal Shelter shared photos of the emu to Facebook on Saturday, saying a team of experienced experts was attempting to capture the large Australian bird off Waterloo Road in Byram. The shelter urged residents not to attempt to capture the emu. Mount Olive Police Sergeant Marion Wittenberg said the emu was spotted again just before 9:30 in the morning on Sunday in the area of International Drive in Bud Lake. Officers responded to the scene but were unable to locate the animal. So as far as we're aware here, it's still at large.
Yeah.
And nobody knows where it came from. No zoos are reported it missing. So obviously it's some freaking like drug runner's pet or something. And last but not least, more from UPI. German man assembles world's largest Lego sausage.
That's a Lego? That's Lego?
Yeah, you can't see all the bumps?
I guess, yeah, I
Hold on a
can.
second,
No,
let me-
but the yellow I can't.
Let me,
I'm just too far away. I
Let
can
me-
kind of see him, yeah.
let me bigger this.
Oh, yeah,
here.
there you go. Yeah. Okay, now oh, yeah, now I see
Now I
it.
say this is cheating because if this were a real sausage, it has a 3-to-1 sausage to bun ratio. You need to envelop it with more bun.
Yeah, they need more bun.
Yeah, like Tommy Schmidt, 45, said the idea for the unusual project came from sausage producer D. Thurninger. Quote, I have always enjoyed taking on unusual challenges. When the meat and sausage producer D. Thuringer from my region approached me with the idea of building something out of Lego, we started developing the concept together. It quickly became clear to us that it had to be something big, end quote, he told the record-keeping organization. So,
Hence the big sausage. It's a sausage maker.
yeah. The finished model, a bratwurst with a bun and line of mustard on top, officially claimed the record with a length of 6 feet and 6.7 inches long.
Go back. Oh, there's the mustard. Yeah, I didn't even
right here.
notice it.
Yeah. Alright, now shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things on the Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, aka notable events, weather, and sports, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Mountain, 5 Central, and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do have other shows in about an hour and a half, actually a little bit less from that. We have a history show. Until you catch us, then, what's the code word if they're still watching?
Still doing that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Fans?
Type fans in the comments. Let us know that you're still watching. So for all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. Until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is. It could be the history show, could be next week. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!